Welcome home, racing fans. Well, we're taking a look at quite the car here today. This is the sideways Lamborghini in the limited edition Gulf scheme. I have to say I passed on the first one. Wasn't really a big fan of the body, but you know, you put Gulf on something and I'm all over it. And they did a really good job. I'm really impressed. I like the design and the paint and everything is really clean and crisp. They did a good job on the outside. On the inside, of course, is the real story, their new chassis here. There's a lot going on here to talk about. First of all, the float right here is really good. Nice and clean, no interference. I was really impressed by that. You also have some flex points adjustments here that you can adjust the flex of this chassis. There are 4 caps underneath the base. You can install those, but they didn't give you any screws. You'll have to get some screws for that. So that's something that you can do later on, but it's there. You also have body height adjustment areas where you can put M2 screws in there and adjust the body height. Of course, the front axle already has the M2 screws, so you can adjust that. The big story, though, to me, is this motor. This Baby Raptor at 17K is just the perfect amount of power for a small to medium-sized layout. I'm really impressed with this motor. I think a lot of you will too. You know, some of these cars that come in here with these higher RPM motors, I end up having to change them out. They're just too much, and it adds to the cost of the car. Well, this car, you know, isn't at the higher end of the price point, but now that I don't have to change the motor, it kind of softens the blow, so to speak, on that. The rear wheels are something that, you know, it's kind of the jury is out, or I'm just not a big fan of, is these air gap wheels, as they call them. I'm not so sure it's air gap or more just saving weight and rotational mass by eliminating this inner rib, but what it really does is it causes a lot of low center in some tires, especially silicones. So I would have preferred to have seen a more traditional wheel, but that's just me. Some people really like that. I did find some Paul gauge tires that I trued. I got them to be, you know, nice and true. So that works because I can sand them, but sanding silicones, well, we all know about that. But anyway, the chassis itself, like I said, is very impressive. One thing about it, though, that you might need to know for your track surfaces, this ground clearance right here is very, very, very low. You got about a 1/2 mil the way it is over the box. I'm probably going to have to shim up this guide for that. So those of you with uneven track surfaces or something like that need to be aware of that, because this car is on the ground. There is no magnet in the car, for those that were wondering. This is a non-magnet car. Aside from the magnets in the motor, there is no traction magnets. I've seen some advertisements on several websites saying it has a strong magnet. Well, there's no magnet in this car. But anyway, I have to give them kudos for their effort here. A lot of you guys on the forum have talked about this car. You've been impressed with the performance and everything and the chassis design. And I'll give them credit for it. This is exactly what some of the things the competition racer asked for and Sideways answered. So kudos to them on that. Job well done. I'm not regretting this. It's a good looking car in this scheme. We're going to get right to the road test, show you a little bit more, but overall, job well done, Sideways.